got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real bud.
John, welcome to episode 57.
Is this 57th?
57.
Wow. So we've been on more than a year.
Well, we discussed that about a month back.
Yeah, we did. And
Did a year recap.
so this is over a year now, I think so.
We did our year recap. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we have been on for over a year.
That's amazing.
What's your favorite thing that is 57?
It's what?
What's your favorite 57?
My favorite, Heinz 57 sauce.
too.
Yeah.
It's mine.
It is. That and, do you ever do Worcestershire sauce?
I do not. Is
Why?
that 57?
No, it's not 57. It's part of the sauce family that you can put on burgers and steaks and all that kind of stuff.
It's the only 57 I know.
Oh.
How was your Halloween? You're still enjoying it over there with your candy?
Yeah.
You raided our stash?
I love Halloween because we always seem to overbuy. You know, we bought 3 of those great big giant bags that have like 150 little mini candy bars in it each. So we had 450 little mini candy bars. And
Do you do one per kid?
one per kid.
One individual candy per
One
kid?
individual candy per kid. I'm very good about that.
I thought you used to be a full-size guy.
No, it depends on who the kid is.
The
You know,
one-
if it's
the costumes you like, you give them a bigger
Oh
one?
yeah, of course you do.
That's not true.
It is true.
You don't have full-size bars. You used to, though.
We used to have, but you can't afford them anymore. What are they? $1.49 or something now for just a regular size candy bar?
I haven't scoped them out.
A QT.
Well, you can buy them in bulk at Costco or something.
Yeah, but that's still $40 a bag or something crazy. But anyway, I used to love having these big bags of candy around, but Cutie Pie, in her infinite wisdom, decided that these need to be hidden from me.
Did she do that for a
She
few
did.
weeks?
She did it for this year, and she did a great job, by the way.
Did she reveal where it was the whole time?
No, she did not.
It was by the laundry hamper, John. You couldn't do the
No.
laundry for a month?
No, it certainly would have. I would have found that one.
John, it was
Yeah, I
under the
would have found
dishwasher. You couldn't see that?
Yeah, I
either?
would have found that one. I would have found that one too. So
What's a place that you
even
know
in
she
some of
could-
the obscure hidey holes that she has around the house, I checked all those out, and of course it wasn't there. So then I got on Halloween. When Halloween rolled around, I got real excited because I thought, oh boy, we get to have candy now. Yes.
Did we
yes.
already have 84 trick-or-treaters? No.
No.
Mouthful of chocolate smeared all over.
No.
Is there a place in your house you would not check? Like you never look at that spot?
No. When I'm on the prowl for Halloween candy, I check everywhere.
All the hidey holes?
Everywhere. All the hidey holes and drawers and, locked and unlocked. It doesn't matter.
If there's one spot I don't typically go to in our house, it'd be Janelle's bathroom. So she could probably hide it in there.
I'd rummage through that thing like a damn tornado. I really would.
Well, after dinner, we had upstairs in the dining room, you're like, what'd you guys give out for Halloween?
Yeah,
Kind of just making small talk, but really you were looking for
I was looking for
something to
candy,
pick.
man.
We go into the kitchen and there's a
go in the
little
kitchen, there's-
bowl with like 6 Starbursts left over.
Yeah, a little Starburst, man. I glommed them. They're gone. They're done.
Did you have any
Thank
good?
you, Janelle.
Yeah, thanks, Janelle.
Thanks, Janelle.
We had a couple bags, or one big bag that we got about a week prior to Halloween. And we picked over it pretty good before Halloween started.
That's the way it always works.
And then
That's just part of Halloween.
in the past, we had just a handful of trick-or-treaters, maybe, I don't know, 40? Probably like 30. And it just was pretty dead. We would go in our neighbor's driveway, Alan's house, and he would have a bonfire. We would all sit around with our things of candy, and then kids would come by. We'd all get up and hand them and sit back down. But yeah, in the years past, it was just pretty slow. And this year, A coworker gave me that projector I think I told you about.
Yeah.
And so we projected the football game onto it and had it at our house. So
Well, that's cool.
they brought the bonfire over to us. But this year we probably had more than double the trick-or-treaters as previous year. So
Did you run out of candy? That's the big no-no in Halloween.
well, we were doing fine. And then I guess we can jump into I guess it wasn't the snag of the week. It was a runner-up for snag of the week, my peeve of the week.
Really? Okay. What is
Every
that?
year there's a group of kids, usually older,
Uh-huh.
that just kind of, just rub me the wrong way, just ungrateful.
God, you're starting to sound like an old man.
Last year,
Hey, kid, get out of here.
I remember the kids, at least one of them exactly, he was wearing a Scream mask, the whole outfit. And he came up and I said, you can grab a couple. And he looked me in the eyes and then grabbed a huge handful and then turned around and walked away. Said, these dang kids.
Did you hit him in the back of the head with a rock?
Thought about it.
Okay. Well, you should have.
And then this year, it was 3 kids. One was wearing a Starbucks barista outfit. And they walked up and they said, "Aw, I thought this was the house with the full-size candy bars." So I said,
They
nope.
actually said that?
Yeah, I said, nope, this is all we got. And they each grabbed a huge handful and left. And the issue is Alan's the one with the full-size candy bars.
Oh.
So Alan spoiled these kids rotten, and now they're expecting it from all of us. And I said, nope, this is what you get. And said, you can have a couple. And
Go see this guy over here.
And they grabbed a handful and left. And I just was irritated because we were pretty busy at that point.
Yeah.
Sat back down and we had like 20 pieces left. And yeah. So then we ended up staying out till 1 o'clock in the morning. It was me, Janelle, our neighbor Alan, and then one of the neighbors across the street.
And the bottle of what?
And what?
And the bottle of what?
Coors Light.
Coors Light. Okay.
And it was fun. We had enjoyed talking to him. Oh, and his daughter and future son-in-law, who's wedding I'm photographing next year. So we talked to them for a while. But then the neighbor across the street, he just started picking all the leftover candy we had, so he ate the rest of it. So we have none left.
We had none left. Literally none left. I mean, I think we maybe had 3 little candy bars left.
Well, that's not literally none.
Out of those 3 bags of stuff. So we have, and we get hit hard every year.
You guys should pursue a career in, I don't know, planning, like supply planning.
Yeah, we should. We should be
That's a
buying
good
these
predictor.
things throughout the year.
Well, no, you've got 3 bags, and out of all, however many pieces, 450, you had 3 left. That's pretty good.
Yeah, about 3 left.
Especially if you're trying not to eat candy.
Well, that's the whole point. I wanted to have some left.
Mary Alice,
It's like Thanksgiving. You got to have turkey left over for
she doesn't eat any
turkey
candy, does
sandwich.
she?
No, she's not a candy eater. I'm a big sweet eater in the house.
The only candy she likes is your eye candy you provide.
The eye candy that I provide. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So anyway, we wound up with about 450 kids that came rolling through our neighborhood.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. And we get, because of where we live, we get the motorized division, which I absolutely love. I love these kids, little kids that get out of these cars and come up to the door and whisper. And, this year it just seemed like every one of them were very polite. Very polite and very nice and, very thankful. They said, "Thank you, Mister," that kind of stuff. But the kids were just great. They were just a lot of fun.
Did you say, "Don't call me Mister, that's my dad"?
No, I always tell people that.
Do you ever give him a scowl?
I give them a scowl. Yeah,
Have you ever dressed?
don't call me Mister. That's my dad.
Do you ever dress up for Halloween when you enter the door?
I did one year as, what's the guy that has the big white mask, big long face?
Not Michael Myers. Jason?
Jason, yeah, I think so. I got that costume one year.
The whole costume?
The whole costume.
What was
The
the rest of
black
the outfit?
robes, the black robe, and the black shoes, and
Oh,
all that stuff.
So you were the Scream guy. Not
the Scream guy. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And,
How long ago was that?
Oh, it's been about 10 years, 15 years maybe.
You should do something like,
And I would open the door, and these little kids would just look at you like, Oh no!
He's holding a knife. You should dress up one year as something like a Babe Ruth or something.
What are you saying? Look like an old guy? What's the deal here? What do you mean,
I mean,
Babe Ruth?
okay, you could dress up as I don't know, something fun, race car driver.
Yeah, I don't think the kids would catch it.
I don't know.
You got to do something kind of scary, something kind of, come to the door with a chainsaw or something.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be safe.
See, you need something that they can remember.
Yeah.
And their parents can remember because of the screams in the middle of the night.
Which door to not go back to next year.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
We had quite a few kids just roll up in minivans and run out, and I don't think our neighbors liked it.
Really? Why?
I mean, we liked the kids walking by, but some kids were just getting in a van, and I don't know, it just seemed like kind of lazy.
No, well,
we used to always walk the neighborhood and then meet up at some point.
Oh, sure.
But now they're just getting in a van, and there's a lot of adults dressed up too that were kind of like, which I'm fine dressing up, but they were also expecting candy. Didn't like that.
No.
For the kids.
We had a few adults dress up, but they were with these little kids. But I didn't mind that too much.
What would you dress up as if you had to dress up this year?
Oh, gosh. What?
Any relevant things you would have done?
No, I wouldn't have done anything relevant. I just probably tried to pick some scary Edward Scissorhands or somebody.
You get really into it.
I kind of get into it. Yeah, it's kind
I
of
would have thought like a pop culture thing. Like,
well, I'm not going to dress up like
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears or anybody like that. Although I can pull it off.
You could have been just a crop top. And
That's it.
oh, okay.
Okay. Moving on.
You could have been Diddy. You could have been Diddy in like a orange jumpsuit.
No. Orange jumpsuit. Right.
Yeah, there's some few things you could have been.
Sure. Yeah. What would you go as? Or what did you go as? Did you go as anybody?
I went as a mean old neighbor with non-full size candy bar.
That's
he was
pretty much the way you're looking right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can attest to the fact that there's no full-size candy bars around.
Because you ate them all.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what I would be. Just Trump.
You know what? I don't think I remember seeing a lot of political.
Yeah, kids.
In years past, they've done a lot of political things. I've seen some for George Bush.
I remember that.
They had some masks on, and
I think I saw.
And Ronald Reagan. They did Ronald Reagan one year.
I think I saw Hillary before.
Yeah, Hillary and all that. But I didn't see any of the politicals this year.
Did you remember any particular costumes?
I had one little girl come to our house. She was dressed as a dinosaur.
Nice.
She had this big dinosaur thing and big tail and all that. She was cute.
Nice.
Very nice.
Quinn dressed up as Taylor Swift in 2 different outfits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What was Parker? She was something. She was dressed.
Was
up.
Parker into it?
I think so.
Gosh. I mean, getting free stuff is, you always kind of get into when you get free stuff. So
Parker was. Oh, she was a cookie. And also sent a picture, and Parker's actually chugging a glass of milk for the picture. So it's kind of on brand.
Good. Good for her.
Here's Quinn in her microphone in her Taylor Swift outfit.
Where did Mom and Dad go as?
They didn't dress up this year, I don't think. There's big news for them.
What's that?
Have I told you this?
No, you haven't. Yeah.
They're moving to Alabama next year.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
No kidding.
So,
what is in Alabama? Well,
the Air Force.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking what Air Force base?
I'm not sure.
Well, congratulations to them. That's fantastic.
They'll be in Montgomery, home of, do you know their minor league baseball team?
I do not know the minor league baseball team.
The Montgomery Biscuits.
Montgomery, Alabama. Isn't that where they had? Is that where Martin Luther King's church is? I don't think so. No, it's the bridge that the famous bridge that he walked across, I think. He and his followers.
What is Montgomery known for? The birthplace of the Civil Rights Movement.
Yeah.
And for his role in the American Civil War. It's got many historical sites. It's the site of Rosa Parks' arrest.
Oh, okay. So there is a lot of civil rights history there.
Other historical sites.
I've driven through there, but I have never spent any time there.
Oh, the statue of statue of Dr. J. Marion Sims. Do you know what he was?
No.
I'm sure you used to get this nickname all the time in high school, but he's the father of modern gynecology.
Oh, really?
Yes. They call me the father of gynecology, actually.
I'm going to leave that alone. We get all kinds of trouble with that one.
What the heck? This is interesting. Well, I feel like this statue is located on the lawn of the Capitol, but then it says he performed experiments on enslaved black women without anesthesia to treat something.
Oh.
So why does he have a statue for that?
Because he's the father of that, but there's always something behind it. There's always a backstory.
I feel like he should not have a statue.
No, exactly right. Is it still there or is it gone? I bet you it's gone.
I don't know. I think they removed it.
Yeah, I think they did.
So anyway, they're going there. So they'll be there for a year. So maybe a little less exciting to visit than Vegas, but we'll find something to do.
Yeah, well, Montgomery's not a bad spot.
We're there to see my family.
You're there to see the family.
Plus, they're only about 3 hours away from 30A in Florida.
Yeah.
So they can go there a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh, they have a good time down there.
Speaking of Trump, we just recorded this. It was after our Halloween.
It is,
but before or after the election.
It's also the 2 days after the election.
So we'll have a new.
What do you think of the election? What's your thoughts on that?
We don't get too political.
No, we don't. No, I don't want to talk politics. I just want to talk about the election.
I know who you voted for. I thought it was interesting, and it was the first time I stayed up late to watch the results. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wanted to see. I mean, it was looking pretty known that he would be president, mm-hmm. and I stayed up till 1 to watch until like kind of the last state came in that he would need to get it. Didn't want to go to bed not knowing who the leader of our country would be next year. So
was all of this a surprise for you?
I thought that Harris would win just because I feel like more celebrities were outspoken about voting for her. People were posting more on social media about voting for her than I think mm-hmm. Trump supporters. So I thought she was for sure going to run away with it. So I was surprised. But how about you?
No, I'm. I've been kind of. I thought Trump was going to win all along. That's always been my gut feeling all along. He just seemed confident. He just seemed. He's totally different this time than in years past, in elections past, I should say. In 2016, when he won, he was much different than what he is today. And I presume that's a good thing. But in any event, it certainly gave him the presidency. But he also, he did an great job with this election. I mean, his staff and the people that he had were just top notch, man. They just seemed to be right on the money at all times.
You know what I would do if I was president? What first law would pass?
What's that?
That you couldn't wear like the swishy loud vest when you're podcasting.
The squishy loud pass?
The swishy ones.
The squishy ones?
I caught that you were wearing that, but I thought maybe I'll give a free pass. And sure enough, it's loud.
It's coming back to haunt you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I found the stuff interesting. I think it's interesting how And you got your keys in there too. Let's see how
I
loud we
do.
can make it. Got a bag of Sun Chips in there and
Yeah, I found them upstairs on your counter.
just something really loud that you could do. I thought it was interesting watching. We watched CNN.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was it John King or something.
I'm not sure.
He was very knowledgeable,
Mm-hmm.
but the guy on MSNBC was very. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I needed to smoke one after watching him for 15 seconds. He gave me anxiety just watching him run through that. His sleeves were rolled up and he's just going nuts. But the John King guy was informative.
Mm-hmm.
He knew, I think it's interesting how they know right where certain counties are.
Yeah.
They can click right on it and be like, oh, this is Fulton County, northeast of Atlanta. And so that's interesting. And he knew his stuff. But just interesting seeing when I first turned it on, he was up like 105 to 27 or something.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, it's not over because all of her states,
right,
a lot of them are on the West Coast.
Yep.
And it was too early on a lot of the other ones in the East Coast to know.
Well, the thing that surprised me, to be very honest with you, is these mega blue states, the Wisconsins, the Pennsylvanias, Michigan, the states like that, they all went for Trump. And to me, that was a huge surprise. Yeah. I tell you what, I was literally blown away by the numbers, because, he was at 270, electoral votes in no time, as compared to Harris was at, 123 or something, So, I mean, his numbers just started to rack up and they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. You would think that there would have been a level off there and Kamala would have had an opportunity to do a catch up with some of hers, but that never happened.
It is kind of wild looking at the map and just seeing how, they're not even done with certain states.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nevada and Arizona haven't finished reporting yet.
They're still because they're still counting the ballots.
So it's not final yet. Just kidding.
No, not yet.
But it's just weird how, she has 3 West Coast states: Colorado, New Mexico, Minnesota, Illinois, and then all of them the rest are up north, northeast.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Well, the big thing that I took away from this election is it was Florida. Florida was just immediately went for Trump. With all the electoral votes that's in Florida, and it just immediately that's kind of set the tone and set the pace for the rest of the evening and for the rest of the election, as far as I'm concerned. It was I think it was just totally fascinating to me that all that went along. I tell you what, I was doubtful there for a while. I thought Kamala would have won.
You said you thought she was going to win he was going to win the whole time.
I thought deep in my heart, I felt like he was going to win the whole time. But you hear all these things and you see all these different things that are going on, and you start to have doubts creep in, and that happened to me.
Yeah, it's interesting. He won by 4.5 million so far,
and that's a huge number. A huge number.
Well, speaking of countries,
we
have a new listener.
What?
Not sure where they're coming from.
Uh-oh.
No one's ever reached out like we asked them to, and
yeah.
So I think what happens is each episode we get a new one.
Okay.
And then they listen to one and they're done. So by the time we shout them out, they're already done listening to the podcast.
It's one and done. Well, if we could do that 350 million times, we'd be in pretty good shape.
We'd be doing all right.
Yeah, we'd be doing okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to guess where they're from?
Romania.
No.
No. Nicaragua. We need somebody from Nicaragua. We need to make friends with somebody in Nicaragua.
Why is that?
Because they have great cigars in Nicaragua.
They could send us some.
Yeah, they could send us some.
Any more guesses?
No, I'm sorry. Where are they from?
Pakistan.
You're kidding me.
It has to be an accident.
Oh. Yeah, I think somebody misclicked on something there.
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
A Paxident.
Does it? Pakistan. Does it show where in Pakistan?
Let's see. Where in Pakistan did they come from? Punjab.
Punjab.
Sure. However you want to say it, John.
Punjab.
There. That sounds better.
Okay.
Punjab.
That's Punjab.
I think I've heard of Punjabi.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, that's interesting.
All right. Well, thanks for listening from Pakistan.
Thank you from our Punjab listener.
Yes.
Our only listener from Pakistan.
All right, John.
This thing just blows my mind every time we look at these stats, and got a new one this week, and it's from Rome or someplace like that, some crazy place.
Do you want to go over while we're on the topic? What's your catch of the week? Your win of the week?
Ooh, my win of the week.
You forget it already?
Probably. What's your win of the week?
Well, you just said day after election.
Oh. My win of the week.
You were grateful of the week.
I was, I was grateful for the election, but my real gratitude is the day after election, because you don't have those horrible commercials playing anymore. The ones that had all the most vitriol with it, and vote for me because I have a shotgun in my hand and I'm going to show you I'm a big guy. That's
what he said.
That's what he said.
He must be conservative.
Me?
That's what they say. Like people voting. Oh, he has a gun. Yeah. He must be
conservative.
But and then mine will come on. Don't vote for John. He actually used to have dogs, but he got them euthanized for biting a mailman. I'm Taylor, and I am pro mailman, pro dog.
Exactly.
I love the dogs. The dogs love me.
Exactly right.
And then yours would say, Taylor lied. He actually doesn't love dogs.
He doesn't love dogs.
He kennels
proven
his.
That. I know. He kennels his. Puts his dog
his
in
record is proven.
It's just proven dog hatred.
As for me, I give out full-size candy bars, and you could all get a full-size candy bar if you vote for John. And mine would say, John doesn't have candy.
He doesn't.
He's gluten-free.
He gives out dog biscuits.
And he's got a history of kicking squirrels.
We promised we would never get into the legalities of
I think it speaks for itself.
Things of the past.
So that's you're grateful for those being over?
I'm grateful for those being over. I just, the day after the election, to me, it just seemed like there was this great tension that had been relieved. You didn't you
wonder
could
who you voted for.
Yeah, well, you could turn the television on, and you wouldn't have all these ads anymore. For all these different.
Oh,
and I was very thankful for that.
Speaking of which, I have some Steve feedback.
Oh,
okay. He says,
Uncle Steve, how you doing?
Uncle Steve says, this is from last week's episode.
Okay.
He listened while he was watching the World Series. Congrats on painting our kitchen and updates. He followed up with his friend Dan, who was my intern boss.
Oh.
A few years back, where I said that my job was to listen to commercial, or not listen to them, to get the feedback or the stats on them, and I could see if we were double billed or they should have been billed, whatever. And you said, nope, they purposely do ads back to back. And I said, I guarantee they do not. And you said, I guarantee they do. So we put a bet on it. He said,
what do we bet?
If I think it was like I get to keep your car or something. It was,
we'll talk about that later.
He said, I followed up with Dan regarding John's pet peeve with the same commercial running back to back. Following is my question to Dan and his response. He says, when a commercial plays twice in a row on a television station, did the station mess up or did the ad pay for 2 time slots in a row? And he said, it is highly likely, 99%, that the station had some sort of technical glitch. They all have policies about commercial separation, typically one spot allowed per 30 minutes. I cannot imagine a scenario in which they would knowingly allow any advertiser to run 2 back-to-back spots. Boom, roasted. Give me your car.
No, but we're talking cable here. We're not talking about stations.
They're still considered stations.
Well,
don't give me that technicality.
It's a technicality. We're talking cable TV that you can run back-to-back commercials on.
You barely watch. You don't watch much cable. You probably are watching local anyway.
No,
And it's not. I'm sure stations refer.
I watch less local than I do cable.
I'm sure stations refers to all sorts of channels, not just ABC, NBC.
I'm not buying it.
Okay, Steve. Thanks. Please follow up again. Make sure this is for cable as well. I know the answer. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Though
I
appreciate it.
You truly believe it's different that people on ESPN they're paying to advertise back to back for Sharice Davids in Kansas.
I'm not saying political commercials.
So you think Wendy's is advertising their new
I'm thinking
pretzel burger bun?
I'm thinking some of the medical
All those commercials they get for doctors out there.
not doctors, but medicines.
So you're seeing a bunch of Jardians commercials back to back.
Kind of like that. And
I guarantee you they're not doing that back to back on
Wegovy.
purpose.
Well, maybe not. I'm just saying
That's the whole bet.
That's it. Well, all I'm saying is I've seen it and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I agreed. I don't like it either, but you were saying it was intentional to get that burned in your brain.
It probably was.
And I said, no, it's not.
It's the man.
And now you're saying...
It's the man that's putting us down.
Oh, now you're backpedaling.
No, I'm not backpedaling.
You
at all.
are.
I am not.
You're backing down from your bet. That's what you said.
I am not backing down from my bet.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that they're still out there. They still do it.
On purpose.
And I'm on purpose, and I'm right.
So you're saying they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I just said they do not. And Steve confirmed they do not do it on purpose.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to record it.
I'll
record it on my phone.
You don't need to do that.
I am going to do that, and I'm going to send it to you.
I'm telling you I've seen it. I know what happens. And I'm telling you it's an accident. And that's what Dan is saying is an accident.
Well, didn't say it was an accident or not.
You did.
All I'm saying.
That was the whole basis of this bet.
Why do they keep doing it?
It's an accident. Okay, let's go to Mary Alice. Does John ever do something after you ask him to not do it?
Oh, it's all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, don't get her
Would you
started
say?
on that one.
It's an accident, Mary Alice.
No, she'd be here for 45 minutes.
Would you say it's intentional, or would she say it's an accident?
I would say that then if that's the case, why do they keep doing it?
Because accidents happen.
Okay, but do you have you have an accident on Wednesday? Do you still have an accident on Thursday and Friday and Saturday?
It's because they're not paying these workers enough to care, John.
So that's it, huh?
Sure.
So
just say you were
blame
wrong.
it on the workers, huh?
Just say you were wrong and we'll move on.
You're saying you're blaming it on the workers.
I'm saying it's an accident.
No.
And you're still sticking with
saying that. You're saying you're blaming it on the workers for making an accident.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mom and Dad, John has clearly caught himself in a corner.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's a
Mom
possum.
and Dad.
He's a possum caught in a corner on a front porch, and he
coming
is
out swinging,
hissing and biting, and he has rabies. So he then said, I said, oh, so you're saying that I was probably right and John was probably wrong? And he said, actually, I had no idea to answer. It is Dan saying you're right. I would trust Dan's answer since he's been involved in advertising and commercials at the local station and network TV for 30 plus years. And network TV for 30 plus years. I said, I trust Dan since he was my boss. I'll tell John he's wrong. Thanks. And he thumbs it up.
Wow. So everybody's out to get me, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Part 2 of Steve feedback. He said, good discussion. Sorry to hear about your car problems. We just bought a new car. After only 2 weeks, the check engine light came on. Of course, it's under warranty, but I hope it's not a sign to come. After last week's commercial discussion, I noticed several political ads running the same commercial back to back. Take care and keep up the good work.
Yep.
It was an accident.
So it was an accident.
Yeah.
What do you think, Otis? Was it an accident?
He doesn't actually have accidents.
He's a good dog.
Yeah, sometimes he pukes.
Well, that's okay.
He rides the trike. So anyway, that's the feedback portion of our episode.
Good. What?
More feedback. My mom, she went to Taylor Swift with my sister this past week.
Yes. I'm going to ask you about that. How was that?
She loved it.
They've been planning this thing for a year or something.
Yeah, it's about a year. About half an hour into it, I said, have you cried yet? And she said, definitely. She said, On Tuesday, listening to your podcast, I was a crybaby at the concert. She said, we missed having you there for your commentary and your commentary. You would have loved the people watching. So,
Oh, for sure. Well, good. I'm glad your mom and your sister did this. I think that's really, really special. It's special for a daughter to do stuff with their mom.
Alyssa got
It really is.
dog treats with all the different Taylor Swift album names on them. Which is funny because their dog will literally eat anything off of any surface anywhere. So he's the least picky dog in the world. But, so yeah. Anywho, that was your catch of the week?
Catch of the week, yeah.
Okay, I got...
Day after. How about you? What's your catch of the week?
I've got a two-parter. Mine's going to go catch of the week into snag of the week.
Okay.
And my catch of the week is my car.
Yes.
So the catch...
Update. Need an update.
I'll start with the good.
Okay.
Well, I'll start with the bad.
All right.
So yeah, I took it to Honda a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And when the lights were all on, they did their reading. And I sat there for 2 hours and waited for... This is a recap. I know I already told this last week. So for the 2 hours, they finally texted me and said, your car's ready. I said, great. Looked at the text and it said, it's going to be $5,300. And my stomach dropped. And then I went and talked to the guy, said, what are my options? And he's like, you can repair it or not. I said, great. So then they gave me a price for what it was worth. And so yeah, they said, if I did the repair, the car would be worth $5,000 more.
Yeah.
Or $4,000 more, but as is, it was worth $4,000 less. So, went home, talked about it, looked through, went and looked at cars one night.
Thought it might be new car time, huh?
Was pretty confident it'd be new car time because I said, there's no way that we take it somewhere else for a second opinion that they're going to say it's $5,000 cheaper. So we kind of agreed if it was like $2,000 or less, we would go ahead and repair it, get us by. Because I just put $3,000 into the car. So, so anyway.
But that was standard maintenance things that needed to be done anyway.
Mostly standard. It was
with the tires.
$1,200 for tires and
Yeah,
alignment, but then it was a tie rod and a lower inspection plate, whatever that means. So anyway, last week I reached out to Janelle's family mechanic. They always take their cars to. He's just down the street, and texted him. And I should have not told him what Honda said. I didn't tell him a dollar amount, but I should have just told him in general, like, this light's on. What would you say it is? I don't think it mattered too much because I kind of gave him an idea of what to look for. And I think he's honest, so it worked out. But anyway, told him, I dropped it off. He ended up looking at it a couple days ago. And first he came back and said, so I have no idea what they're talking about. I think you just need a new coil in the whatever.
Okay.
So he said that'll be $80 with labor. It'll be $150. So are you kidding me? That's good. Crazy. It's so different.
Yeah.
So then said, go ahead and do that. And then he called back like 3 hours later and said, okay, I kind of see what they're talking about now, which is not what I wanted to hear. But he said he didn't see any crack in it, what they said there was. And he said that he didn't see it leaking coolant like they said there was. So yeah, he said he will have to take the head off and he won't know until he gets in there, but either it'll be worst case $1,300 for fuel injectors and some other stuff, or $600 to clean the carbon off of the inside of it. So he ended up having to do it. It was a little under $1,300, but got it back today, and he said that was it. So that should take care of the issue.
Fantastic.
I'm a little hesitant to say that because I thought I fixed the issue twice before and it came back on, but I think he found the root of the problem.
That's the key.
So shout out Verl. He's a good guy, honest guy.
All right.
I messed up, and after the first phone call, he said it'd be $150, and I said, "It's great to hear." They actually quoted me $5,400, so I shouldn't have said that until at the very end.
No, that's fine.
But
the guy's showing his honesty.
Because then he called back and said, "Oh, it's actually 13." But
well,
it made sense for what he did.
Yeah. It does to me. I mean, with the descriptions and the ailments that you were expressing with your car was sounded pretty legit to me.
But he did say he had a friend who
Buys used cars.
no, he said he had a friend who's a senior mechanic or something at Honda,
Uh-huh.
and he said they're known for like kind of not overestimating, but kind of exaggerating repairs or something. So that's good to hear.
Okay.
So I lost some faith in humanity, John. So
Why?
my snag is Honda and people who
Ooh.
try to take advantage of you for stupid car repairs.
Yeah.
It was just weird because $5,300 seems like an amount that you would know someone's going to double check that. Like he could have said $2,000. I would have said, okay, I can believe that and do it. But at over $5,000, you think that you would know.
Well, I think part of the problem today is that with new automobiles or newer automobiles, everything is computerized. You just plug it in; it tells you what the problem is. Okay, and in this case, they plugged it in. It told them what the problem was.
Sort of.
Sort of, but there was multiple problems within this one problem.
Well, it
didn't break that down and shows you, well, you could fix this and it would take care of that problem.
Well, it said it was a engine misfiring.
Mm-hmm.
So they took it as there's a crack, whatever, which, again, I don't know why you make that up if there's not truly a crack there.
Yeah.
I don't know, just kind of irritated me. So,
well, the point is, you got it back, and you didn't have to spend $6,000 on the car.
But there's also people
great.
who are elderly or whatever that might fall for it and just believe I should go
That's
ahead
true.
and do that.
That's true.
So that kind of irritates me that they would do that. And then the guy texted me the day I found out how much cheaper it would be, and he said, "Hey, this is so and so from Honda. Just wanted to see if you're going to go ahead and do those repairs that we quoted." I said, "No, I'm actually getting it done from a shop for $1,300 and instead of $5,300." And he said, "Great, glad you find a new place to."
Oh yeah, they're not going to cut the price. They can't. Big dealerships like that. They have so much money invested in parts and labors and overhead and all that kind of stuff.
So we, I think we're going to keep it for another year or so, and then maybe trade it in for something else. But
okay, good.
It's
Well, it's a great car. I mean,
I like it a lot. It's getting up there in miles, but now just from doing the 1,300 instead of the 5,300 and getting the repair done, we'll have 4,000 more of value in the car. So, so yeah, that was my combo snag and catch of the week. And
cars can be so frustrating. They really can. And when they go out, they go out. It's not one of these kind of things that okay, let's plan on having this done to our automobile.
Yeah.
No,
it picks bad times.
It picks the worst times possibly.
Giant crack in your front door or on the inside wall, and you're worrying that your foundation is failing. Watch this.
You think that's
engine
bad.
Goes out of my car.
Engine goes out of your car.
Thing coming 3, John. So what's next?
No, well, that's an old wives' tale.
Wives' tale.
Old wives' tale.
Did you have something you wanted to share?
Ooh, let's see here. What do I got going on here?
While you're looking, I have one more snag, and it's that I had these mini shoots scheduled for a few months for Omaha, and they were scheduled for last weekend. And of course, the weather, the one rainy day they had in quite a long time was.
Hello.
What's that?
I don't know. Somebody just said hello to me.
The one rainy day was Saturday of last week.
Yeah.
And so I had to move the shoots to this week, but not all the couples were available. So I have to do some next week. But of course, I had them for this Saturday. And today I had to pull the plug because it's raining again. And the one day it's raining is Saturday.
So
now they're on Sunday. So yeah. Anywho, I was looking forward to going to the Iowa State KU game at Arrowhead this weekend. So also I made a comment about Iowa State being undefeated, and now they're not. So that's sad too.
Yeah.
So anyway.
The week is on the upswing for you then.
Why is that?
Car's done. You got stuff resolved. Life is good again.
Life's good again, John. Okay, get your wives' tales.
Oh, swimming after eating will give you debilitating cramps. That's an old wives' tale.
Is that not true?
That is not true. No, you won't drown if you don't wait for at least 30 minutes before jumping into the pool.
That's about drowning, or not cramps?
Yep, cramps.
Or the cramps lead to drowning?
Could be.
Oh.
Could be.
What made you want to look these up?
I don't know. I was listening to some program and they were talking about old wives' tales and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that that'd be kind of a fun little segment.
This is a fun little segment.
Chewing gum stays in your stomach for 7 years.
What's the answer?
While it's true that the human body can digest chewing gum, cannot digest chewing gum, it doesn't really get stuck in your body. The Mayo Clinic reassures us that it passes through your system more at a less intact, and it comes out the other end. It still doesn't mean you should swallow it, but accidentally going to does not show it won't hurt.
You gonna start chewing your double bubble or swallowing it?
No. I used to like double bubble.
Lasted
Double
a good 3 seconds of flavor.
Oh, yeah, I really did. 3 seconds, and then you have nothing but a big wad of goo in your mouth that you're gnawing on.
Know what I liked? I was a big fan of
Hubba Bubba, I think.
Zebra Stripe or something. What was it called? Circus something.
Is that the black and white? Was it black and white?
I think it was maybe, but it was a... what's that called? I think it's called Zebra Stripe.
Okay, could be.
Yes. A Fruit Stripe.
Fruit Stripe, yeah, because it used to come in all kinds of different flavors, yeah.
Yeah, that was the best, and it would last for 0.7 seconds?
Yeah, 0.7 instead of 0.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Coffee stunts your growth.
I've never heard that one.
Not only does coffee not stunt your growth, most people start drinking it after they're finishing growing, since the bitter taste doesn't usually appeal to kids. That's according to Harvard Medical School. And we know that's right. Oh, here's a good one for you, Taylor. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Plucking gray hair will make 2 more grow in.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, that's a really old one.
I pluck hair on my ears and my nose and my eyebrows, but I don't have any hair to pluck on the top. Is it true that like shaving something will make the hair grow back thicker?
No, didn't say. Does not say.
Yeah, this is a vulnerable moment, but before my wedding, I remember I was self-conscious about my ears. They kind of have like peach fuzz on the top, so I kind of like shaved them, and I was afraid they'd come back thicker.
Did they?
You be the judge.
Oh, dear God. You have beard ears. What?
They're bushy ears. They're like Otis's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I got that from a family member, but I have hairy, like peach fuzz ears. I'm sensitive about it.
Yeah. That's going to change.
What?
Peach fuzz ears.
What's going to change about it?
Yeah.
What? It's going to be like actual hair?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have hairy ears?
When I turned a certain age, much older, that's when all kinds of hair started to grow in different places.
Do you have hair off like your ear, not your ear lobe, but the part touching the side of your head? I feel like old dudes always get like really hairy.
Yeah, I got some of that going.
It's rough.
It's tough.
Got to shave your nose hairs.
Got to do it.
Those always hurt, and you got to pluck them.
Oh no, we don't do that.
Really?
Oh no,
You ever get one long one? You just pluck it.
No, yeah,
Brings
you
a tear
kidding?
to
It
your
makes you cry.
Drop to my
hurts
knees.
so much.
Why?
Why me? You drop to your knees.
Those hurt, and like pimples on the inside of your nose.
Oh yeah.
Those will hurt.
Hurting. Yeah. How did we get off on this topic?
Because plucking gray hairs and shaving your ears.
Oh, okay. All right. That's an old wives' tale. Yeah.
Any others you want to share?
Sitting too close to the TV ruins your eyes.
That seems like it would make sense.
Yeah, well, that's what they're.
It's not true.
This one will come as a relief to anyone who spends all day staring at the screen. Sitting too close to the TV will not hurt your eyesight. This is according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology.
Well, watching the TV or well, keeping your eyes crossed. Sorry, I'm going to restart. Well, crossing your eyes make them stay that way. That's what my mom always said. Better watch it. It's going to stay that way.
I'll see if that's in here. Here you go. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker. Just like plucking, shaving has no impact on the thickness of your hair. This is according to Mayo Clinic resources.
So I'm good to shave my ears then.
Because shaving cuts the hair off at a blunt angle, it can feel thicker and look more noticeable as it grows back in.
That's why I shave my head, just in hopes that it comes back double as big.
Mm-hmm. Can look like much bigger.
Hasn't worked.
Hair of the dog cures a hangover. There's nothing wrong with a good brunch Bloody Mary. But don't fool yourself. The morning after a drink just delays the inevitable. The idea that the hair of the dog cures a hangover first appeared in print in 1546. Wow. This is according to the Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center.
You want to do one more? Anywhere?
Yeah. Cracking your knuckles can cause arthritis. Your parents may have told you cracking your knuckles will lead to arthritis, but they were probably just sick of the noise. This is according to Cedars-Sinai Hospital. Cracking sound is just nitrogen bubbles in the fluid that lubricates your joints. If, however, you feel pain or discomfort while cracking, that may be the sign of an issue.
You're not a knuckle cracker, are you?
I used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you stop?
I don't know. I just did.
Nice.
Just did.
I've got a couple places that like I crack my elbows. Sometimes I'll kind of pop those.
Yeah.
And then there's this one spot in my my hip. People have,
You can pop it.
I don't intend to like just be weird about it, but sometimes I'll be standing there and I'll kind of twitch in a way that it'll pop, and everyone kind of stares at me like, "What's this freak show doing?
What did he do here? What's this all about?"
Is he double jointed?" I twist you had kids in school that were double jointed and they used to like contort themselves.
Oh yeah, they could do all kinds of pull their thumbs all the way back. And,
gross.
Yeah,
I wonder what they're doing now these days.
I don't know, probably in the circus some way. Yeah.
Jinx.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They're on
Yep.
Instagram, TikTok live doing weird stuff.
13 million views,
And we can't get 6.
Yep.
We do have Pakistan though.
We have Pakistan going for us.
So
That's a good thing.
how about that, Matthew?
Yeah.
It's a lot of airplane.
Mm-hmm.
What if Taylor Swift coming in?
Probably.
I heard she flies out of this airport sometimes.
Oh, does she?
Because she goes to Leawood to see Travis, and then they fly out of this. I might just stay around and see if I can find her sometime. Her big bejeweled jet will come in.
She has a pretty neat jet. It's
A Piper Cub?
No, it's not a Piper Cub. No, this is way above that. Way above that.
What does she have?
It's a Cessna, and it's a Citation, but it's the big one. It's like the $25 million deal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My mom was
It's transoceanic, which means you can fly anywhere in the world.
But only with someone who is changing from male to female?
Why?
He said it was transoceanic?
No, it's called transoceanic.
Yeah, because like it goes over the ocean with like a trans person in it.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason why they built that airplane.
I don't think you understand the trans joke that I was making.
I do. I understood it
completely.
completely. Yeah, thank you, though.
All right. Well, I know you are short on time. You got to get home to the missus.
I do. Get home to the lovely Mrs. Ryan. The ever so lovely Mrs. Ryan.
She's probably eating your candy while you're gone.
Yeah. She has it hidden so well.
Sorry, I meant to ask you. Do you have a favorite candy?
Oh.
We've probably talked about it before, but your go-to that you had this year you were just dying to pick at?
The Snickers always kind of races to the top for some reason.
Calls your name?
Keeps calling my name. How about you?
I was a big fan of we had some Haribo gummies.
The what?
Haribo gummies.
Oh yeah. Those are always good.
Those were good. Those were random. And then we went to Brandon's house to watch the Chiefs game on Monday. And he had some Reese's Pumpkins. No? You don't like Reese's Pumpkins?
I'm not a big Reese's Pieces guy. I can't, for
well,
some
it's not
reason.
Pieces, it's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I know I can't do
You don't
peanut
like
butter.
Reese's peanut butter
The
cup?
only thing I like with peanut butter is jelly on a sandwich.
What?
And that's it. I can't do chocolate with it. It just makes me gag.
I thought you were an American. Your
I
vote's
am.
rescinded.
I'm
I don't think Trump's going to win after all.
well,
Takes away
he
John's
might.
peanut butter intolerant vote.
1 or 10.
Wow.
You know.
You have an allergy?
No, no allergies or anything. I just don't like the
Crazy. I've
taste
never
of
met
it.
someone who doesn't like a peanut butter cup.
Yeah, I know.
Those are coveted in this household.
I know
Those
they
are
are.
literally gold.
Yeah,
We tried paying for our mortgage this month with peanut butter cups, and they almost accepted it.
almost.
We might refinance.
How about paying for the car, getting the car repaired? Yep.
That's probably.
Yeah.
I should have tried that.
Yeah.
But
He wants Snickers.
yeah, no one likes those little Hershey's bars. Those are the runt of the family of candies.
Yeah.
But Snickers, Musketeers, Milky Ways.
Milky Ways. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Butterfingers, but that's probably peanut butter, and you don't like those.
Well. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
All right, sorry to prolong this, but
That's all right.
well, thanks for joining, John. We'll see you next week on episode 58.
Taylor, thank you.
Toodles.
Hope you have a good week.